Summer is coming, and this year we have decided we are going to get in the best shape of our lives. We are going to get buff. But here's the thing. There's only 3 more months until summer. So we have to build some muscle and get shredded fast. Actually, 3 months is a fair bit of time to make some substantial changes to your physique. The changes we make are going to be based on where we're at now and what we do between now and summer. So the first thing we need to do is set up a reasonable and achievable goal. For most people, 12 pounds of weight loss or a pound a week is a reasonable and achievable goal. Now, when we're losing this body fat because we want to lose 12 pounds of body fat, we don't want to lose any muscle mass with that. So this is where diet comes in. And it's not all about eating less. Some foods you may need to eat more of. Protein is a good example of this. Protein is critical for building muscle mass and preserving it while losing weight. Now, I used to give the recommendation for protein intake based on lean body mass, which is the best way to do it. But what I have found is most people have trouble gauging their body fat percentage. So now, the way I base my recommendation is 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of goal body weight. Now, there are some flaws with this suggestion, as protein intake should be based on the amount of body fat you have, how old you are, and how hard you train, but it is a great place to get you started. Low-carb diets work well for most people, but you still need to be in a calorie deficit. And it's important that you still eat an adequate amount of carbs. And even more importantly, that they are from quality food sources. Vegetables are a great source of nutrients and fiber. The first foods we should be cutting from our diet are processed foods, alcohol, soft drinks, and fruit juices. All the good stuff. This is a good time to remind you too that just because you've eaten something that you shouldn't have eaten one day, or you've overconsumed on your calories one day, you have not blown your diet. Just get right back on track. Now, pre-planning and pre-preparing your foods will help you to stay on track, because if you eat out too often, what you find is it becomes difficult to accurately track and gauge how many calories you have actually taken in. Now, a quick note on fats. They are very important to have in your diet, but they're also very calorie dense. So it's best to limit them to 20 to 30% of your diet. If your training program has been working up to now, don't change it just because you're cutting for summer. But if you're still looking for something that works, I would suggest you take a look at some of my videos on anaerobic training. Now, if you want to look good for the summer, you need to train your whole body, not just your abs. But on the reverse side of that, just because they say abs are made in the kitchen doesn't mean you don't need to train them for best results. Now, it makes sense to increase the amount of cardio you're doing when you're trying to cut, but I caution you on the type of cardio you choose. Now, I'm a big fan of HIIT training, but it is very taxing on the body and it takes time to recover from. So you'd be better off doing some form of low-intensity cardio than running the risk of not fully recovering in between your workouts and ending up injuring yourself. Low-intensity cardio doesn't have to be boring either. You can do some mobility work or yoga on your recovery days, or play a game of basketball with your child. If you have a dog, volunteer to walk the dog every day. You need something from the corner store? Walk instead of drive. Anything at all that helps you be that little bit more active will bring you one step closer to your goal. And really, the best goal here is not to be shredded for 3 months of the year, but it is to get us into our best shape, improve our health, so we can live our best life at the highest level. Now, this is Lawrence from Fit and 50, signing out. Keep working out, keep having fun, and we will talk to you again in that next video.